Anyone can sell electronics. At Electronics Expo, they do more than sell products. They design, install, and support complete technology solutions. From home theaters and whole home audio to lighting, shades, automation, networking, security cameras, and premium entertainment systems. For over 22 years, they've helped thousands of homeowners experience technology at its very best. See the difference for yourself. Visit their Wayne or Paramus stores in New Jersey or shop now at electronicsexpo.com.
Honey, what are you listening to?
Mom!
Your teen might not share everything with you, but teens share everything with each other. And certain everyday behaviors, like sharing food, drinks, or kisses, could mean sharing bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease, known as meningitis. Although meningitis is uncommon, about 1 in 10 who develop it will die. Ask your teen's doctor about missing meningitis vaccinations. Learn more at meningitis.com. Vaccination may not protect all recipients. Sponsored by GSK.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Joining us now is the great Asia expert, Gordon G. Chang on Twitter. We love Gordon Chang. Gordon, first, let's get to the Department of Justice investigating Neville Roy-Singham. This is the guy who seems to have all these tentacles with all these, I think, anti-American protests that seem to be happening in this country. What do you know?
Oh, absolutely. We know that Singham has engaged in funding a whole network of hundreds of groups, and this has been detailed in some Fox News reporting. But Singham is an American tech billionaire, and he can do whatever he wants, but he is resident in Shanghai, and he does coordinate his activities with the Communist Party's United Front Work Department, which is the part of the party that actually tries to subvert foreign governments. And because of that, two things. First of all, he's been illicitly transferring funds into the U.S. without reporting. That's a crime. And the other thing is that he has not been registering under the Foreign Agents Registration Act because he is representing the Communist Party of China. That's also a crime. So there's a lot of things that we need to investigate, and it's good the Justice Department is doing it because he's subverting the U.S. with his money.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of money too, right? I mean, he's like mega wealthy, right? I mean, he seems, I keep hearing his name with so many of these groups, the Code Pink and the this and the that, like every time it seems like, and then even Hassan Piker gave him up. Remember when he was in Cuba and he was bashing America? He said, I think he even said like Neville Roy-Singham helped get us here or something. Remember that, Judge?
I do. And Gordon, does he travel outside of China?
I don't think that he does. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he did when he was 2-3 years ago, but I'm not sure that he's been traveling right now.
The reason
he's been ensconced in China.
Right. Well, the reason I asked that is because there's Supreme Court cases that specifically hold that if you're a fugitive from United States justice, you can be grabbed anywhere in the world and be brought back to the States for trial. It's called the Kerr-Frisbee doctrine, and. Yeah. And they're not going to grab him in China, but if he went to Europe, they could.
If he went on vacation to Switzerland, right. Skiing on the Alps.
Yes, and that's probably the reason why he's not going to travel outside of China, because he knows that there are extradition treaties. Now, we don't have an extradition treaty with China. There is some informal cooperation, but it's really unlikely that the Communist Party is going to give him up because he's worked very closely with the United Front Work Department.
Right, they love him there. They want him there forever,
no, but
right?
If he goes on a trip outside of China, he can be picked up just the way you pick up cartel guys.
I guess he's going to be looking at the Great Wall a lot, right? I mean, that's sort of the plan. Ed Cox.
So Gordon, what...
the guys like that one.
As we're on the brink of war, maybe not, with Iran and the oil is flowing, maybe not. What's the interest of China in that?
Well, first of all, they are addicted to cheap energy. They were getting it from Venezuela. That's been cut off. I mean, they can buy Venezuelan oil, but they've got to pay full price. And they've been buying a lot of Iranian oil, somewhere of 87 to 90% of Iran's exports of crude. And they've been getting big discounts on that because that oil has been sanctioned. And that is going to come to an end, especially now with the renewal of fighting. You got to remember that U.S. just cut an important bridge in the northern part of Iran that was a railway that connected Iran with Pakistan and ultimately China. And with that bridge gone, they're not going to get oil by tank cars. And that was a really good thing that President Trump did because people weren't talking about it. And it is, it's not as much as they were getting through the Strait of Hormuz, but they were getting a lot of oil through that railway.
Yeah, what do you make of the fact, because that was a strategic hit? I remember hearing about that. The other thing I'm curious, Gordon, President Trump yesterday made it a point to say he was talking about Turkey, saying he was kind of happy that Turkey didn't step in with Iran in terms of, because they have a relationship with Iran. And then he also praised China for not sort of stepping in too. Is that a legitimate praise, or are they doing some things because he brought up the fact, just like you, they get so much oil from there?
Well, with regard to China, they were essentially an enemy combatant because they were providing Iran with everything, and especially targeting data from Chinese satellites. And that targeting data was like 99.99% used by the Iranians to kill those 6 Americans on March 1st. So China was very much involved in this war. President Trump will say these things about hardline states. I'm sure he has a strategy there. But in terms of the relationship between China and Iran, what he said was not really accurate.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially now as things are still going back and forth with the U.S. and Iran. Boy, oh boy, China, all this part of the world, you know it so well, Gordon. We really appreciate it and really great to have you. And I want to tell everybody again, it's Gordon G. Chang is the Twitter. And we always love having you on, Gordon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rita.
Thank you very much.
Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks are back at SIUH Community Park July 7th to the 12th for a 6-game series against the High Point Rockers. Tonight, first pitch is at 6:30. It's Thirsty Thursday with $5 Bud and Bud Light Traps. Friday, July 10th, first pitch is at 7 p.m. May the Force be with you on Star Wars Night with post-game kids glow around the bases with special lightsaber training packs.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.